Okay. Welcome to Netball Chat with
Sam
and Zach.
Woo! Here we are, round 8.
Round 8, second half of the season. Okay.
Aggressive.
So, first game of the weekend, Giants v Lightning. Now, this is grand final rematch.
Rematch, part 2.
Part 2.
Draw.
Part 3.
Drawn game, our first drawn game of
the whole season.
Yes.
Yeah. The Giants played hard, but the Lightning...
They're keeping themselves in the mix, aren't they?
Yeah, they were in that game, weren't they?
Yes.
They were down most of the game.
Yeah. And
only sort of got up by...
third quarter, end of the third quarter, they were leading by 1, and that Sunshine Coast Lightning crowd went berserk.
They just, I reckon it was the home ground venue.
Yes.
They just pushed them over the edge.
Yeah.
By the third quarter, they stepped up their defensive pressure in the circle to the next level.
Yeah.
Harten was struggling in that circle to get in front and to get the ball.
Harten and Pettit really looked like they were working so well at the beginning of the game. They had that moving circle. But by that third quarter, it was all Mentor and Pretorius, and they were giving them absolutely no space at all. They were trying to use the screens to free up some space, but that wasn't working. They were just all over each other. They brought on Chrissy Bryce. She only lasted half a quarter.
Yeah, she didn't last very long.
Yeah.
And I felt like you could actually see in Guthrie's face. She would go to throw the ball to Pettit, and she would drive up on the baseline, and she would hesitate and she was reluctant because she could just see Pretorius hanging around there in the side there, ready to pick that ball off.
She picked up several again.
She did. She must have been playing hard for her parents who were in the audience.
Yeah.
All the way from the homeland.
Yeah. Guthrie didn't have a great game. She threw away a few balls, and I think the difference was I really liked how they put McAuliffe on as that defensive centre for 3
But Guthrie's a
game.
defensive centre.
Yes, but Guthrie plays well and feeds well when she gets to that edge of the circle. And she just wasn't allowed to get to that edge of the circle because of McAuliffe's. Yeah. And those long arms, go-go gadget arms, really made it hard to feed into those shooters. The Lightning were trying to do that zone defense, so they were coming off the body and trying to defend space. When the Giants were taking the center pass, the Lightning would back off and create that wall at the top of the circle to prevent the players getting into the top of the circle. But Kim Green likes that drive into the pocket, so she was driving down straight away.
Yeah. Just wanted to add there, the movement from Steph Ward, once again, like if you have a look at her shooting stats, very minimal because feeding. She's moving so much in the circle and finding space. She's so good at that little front pop out, like just a little...
She likes that edge of the circle
and then
as well.
refeed in.
But Bully was reading some of those, and she took in some intercepts. So anything that was cross court, she had a hand on. She had a tip. Harten didn't get her own way though. She had a few foul looks, didn't she?
Yeah, she had a few numbers at the ref.
How does the first go?
Oh, it was like... Yeah, so Jeeves came around and intercepted the pass, and Harten was not happy, and she gave her like this
England
look, like the stinker, like, listen,
Jeeves,
that's not on.
English teammate versus English teammate.
Yeah,
and maybe that's why she started a goal attack first up, because
so she
was
could not
rocking.
so she could not be against her buddy. P.S. 2 weeks till Joe. Hashtag
yes.
Till Joe.
Well, that's why the headbands
we are
on.
Sporting your weekly game look, Joe.
Yeah,
we're wearing headbands for Harten. 2 weeks to go. We've got our tickets. Firebirds v Giants in Brisbane, Vegas.
Be ready.
We will be there.
Be ready.
Hashtag
with
Harten.
the headbands.
We're ready for our selfie.
Hashtag
Can you not smell
headbands.
the desperation?
We had to do the hashtag with Harten first up just then because we were so desperate.
Fever!
In the morning, fever all through the night, me fever.
Fever v Thunderbirds.
They just outplayed, outclassed. So, but once again, not taking away all 8 points. Like Firebirds went down to Adelaide, won in their hometown, and came away with 8 points. Here the Fever are playing to capacity crowd, Saturday night game. In the Perth Arena, 10,000 people. They didn't take all 8 points. Thunder came at them in the last quarter, tied it, and boom.
But, good on the Thunderbirds, though, because that's what they're working towards. They're working towards just winning the quarters and getting some bonus points. So good on them.
Like Nelson had one of her best games, 47 goals this time. But I think Nelson played much better this week.
But Hodges did play well.
And her and Pittman fed her very well. Under the post. I was going to
say, Pittman's feeding into Nelson was good.
So almost 50 goals in a game, nothing to be disappointed about.
Yeah.
Speaking of goals in a game, fouls. The big foul tower.
Okay, can't even really crack a smile. She is actually beating her own records.
Well, she tied her own records. 66 goals.
And all you get is like a. Was that it? Did I do it right?
And that was for the long bomb.
The long bomb, right? To Nat Medhurst. That's it. She's just she's on. She's in the zone. She doesn't even crack a smile or.
And it's just so seamless. It's just take the ball out of the air, pop it up. There's very little movement. It's just she's so close to the post there doesn't need to be. Yep. Medhurst played a much bigger role. She took 10 goals. Still the go-to feeder. 28 goal assists, so she's doing a lot of work, and she just loves to throw them up from anywhere in that court. She will just throw them up, comes down with ice on it.
Yeah, but then she's her own critic, because then they talk to her and she's like, I really need to find a different strategy than just throwing it up to foul.
Perfect opportunity! You're playing the Thunderbirds. Find that other opportunity. They do try and put, again in the fourth quarter, they tried to put her in wing attack.
So make her the feeder, which she already is.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Charles played fantastically, loves that middle corridor, loves the top of the circle, 20 goal assists. That's a testament to the fact that she's doing a little bit more work. Excellent. Her and Collier both played well together, I think, and played a much better supporting role. It wasn't all left to Medhurst. And that's going to be the difference coming into these last games of the season, is how much work are those other mid-quarters willing to put in and step up and help out Medhurst so she can actually play a goal attack role in the circle. Fever! Boys.
Talking to boys.
Shani on the bench. It was an interesting start with Shan Dogs on the bench and Branley in keeper and Garrett in goal defence.
Yeah, Garrett on.
And I think it really worked. By half time, Branley had 4 intercepts. She was deflecting crazily.
Yeah.
And Garrett was playing well as well. They were playing a really attackive style of defence, so rather than just being on the player all the time, they were actively seeking out those intercepts and loose balls and tips and chasing everything down. I think that threw the Vixens a little bit.
Yeah, I felt like Kumwenda and Phillips just didn't have that connection that they normally have. The gel. They weren't gelling in those first few minutes of the quarter.
And even Lizzie Watson, I think she threw a few loose balls away. Got them back. She had 3 intercepts for the game.
I think by the time I got to half time, I was like, I can't even keep score of these stats anymore. It's just, I had to throw the piece of paper away because it was just too much.
Well,
she is
Zach with stats has come to rescue. Right. 29 goal assists, 37 feeds, 3 intercepts for the game.
37 feeds! Yeah. 29 goal assists.
And you wonder why she's in my team of the week.
Well, she did get MVP, and fair enough. Mannix, who ended up with a broken finger.
Hopefully she's not out too long. Yeah. Yes, Katie and Dehaney, how well. She just came in the third quarter seamlessly, as if nothing had changed, as if she'd been playing the whole season. She got a few intercepts, got a few deflections. Yeah. It was defenders' game this week. It really was. Yeah. It was so good.
Great comeback by the Vixens.
Come back and Wenda.
Come back and Wenda. Come back and Wenda.
She's still got the hair.
Watson.
I think, are you sure you were influenced by Jo Harten's hair, or were you influenced by Wenda's hair this week?
I'm feeling like there's a lot of height on my head today, and it's a bit uncontrollable.
Yeah, maybe it's the weather.
I did have a sneaky little look at Wenda's hair to just get a geyser of what's happening. So I think she's pulled it really tight, and then it's just tight to start,
then it lets
wild and crazy, and it's just loose. It's nothing held on, just go for it.
I wonder if you can take that to the hairdresser and go, can I get the Kumwenda look, please?
Mate, I have the Kumwenda look when I wake up every morning. Okay? This is actually the tame of this is a tamed version. Okay?
Last game of the round. Birdies v Swifts, and isn't revenge sweet?
Yes, it was like a state of origin, a netball state of origin.
It was the prelude to the state of origin on the Sunday night.
That's right, yeah. It was a cracker.
And the Birdies have gotten revenge.
Yeah.
For not only for their round 1 defeat, but also for the demoralising defeat of the Maroons on Sunday night.
Yeah, okay, but I'm a Blues supporter, so that doesn't really work with me. But not with the netball though, because I'm a Birdies. Hashtag Purple Heart.
Well, I don't think it is a Purple Heart because you just you're a Blues
It is a Purple Heart, big way. So. I feel for the Swifts, but I'm surprised that they're not losing by a little bit more. So they're doing really well to keep in the mix. Lots of changes as well, and this is. Why isn't Kate Eddy just starting?
She takes so much ball. She doesn't give away space. She's on the body. She's so fantastic to watch.
Yeah.
I guess she is so valuable in many different positions that it does work well from the bench.
I feel for Clow and Turner in the circle. I don't think they had an answer for DDs and Gretzel.
Does anyone have an answer for them this season? I don't think they do.
They're next level.
It's
a bit of razzle dazzle from Tibbet.
You wanted to do a shout out for Anne Sargent, I believe, this week, was it?
Yes. So this week I was sitting there watching Firebirds and Swifts, and Anne Sargent, if you don't know who she is netball in Australia. Started playing and played for our country before the game became a professional sport. So she's commentating, and she's just got some really crazy one-liners, and I was just in hysterics at some of the calls she makes. So I'm challenging myself next week
to do the Anne Sargent
netball chat with Sam and Zach. How many Anne Sargent calls I can make in our whole entire chat? She's like some razzle dazz from Tibbet, and then she called that
directing from the back.
No. And steering the ship from the back. Guys is steering the ship from the back.
And you're just going to put on that long voice and the drawl.
Which is very distinguished. So comment with some of your classic
favourite
Annie Sargent calls.
Yes.
And let's see if I can crack the challenge.
Annie Sargent.
For Annie Sargent, because it's my fromage to Annie Sargent.
Fromage? Isn't that a cheese?
Homage. It's my homage to Annie Sargent.
Fromage. We'll just get the cheese out whilst we listen to Anne Sargent.
And talking of commentating, I'm pretty sure Rosalie Jenke will appreciate some more interview time.
Claire McMiniman, you pop yourself next to Rosalie Jenke every single week. If you don't know what we're talking about, at the beginning of the third quarter, Claire McMiniman sideline chats as they normally do with the coach.
With the coaches.
I'll be Claire, you be Rosalie.
Okay.
Rosalie, tell us what's happening on the court. How are you feeling?
Well, finally somebody has interviewed me. This is the first time the whole season.
You know why? I think they're loving the new glasses. They're loving.
I think they're intimidated by the glasses. That's why they don't come and talk to her, because they're intimidated by her glasses because she's so in the zone.
Right.
So, Rosalie.
McMins, get on the sideline and have some more chats.
Yeah,
to
Rosalie. Rosalie is obviously
she's missing out.
wanting some more chats.
Back to the game. The Swifts, they're a bit unconventional. They do the change-ups, but they stay in contention. It was the same in round 1. We never thought they were going to win, and then they pulled it out in the end. So it was always a risk that the Swifts were just going to,
They hang on.
Yeah.
They hang on.
They're like the runt of that dog that you just can't shake. You're just like, get away. You're just annoying.
Look on your leg, get off. Get off. Stop jumping. Stop.
They just can't. The defensive pressure of the Firebirds, fantastic again. Geitz did have a blinder. She was controlling the ship. I think Hinchcliffe had a few of her typical tips and then pickups. Their ball speed is so good. They always know who they're passing to, and it's that transition from defense into attack. So seamless, so quick.
Yeah.
It's that one-on-one defense. They are a true believer. We talked about the wall with the Lightning, whereas the Firebirds believe in that really strict one-on-one defense, hands over, not giving away any space, and just being a gross rash on the player.
Yeah, a rash. I mean, that's what Gabby Simpson is. She's like a suffocating rash all over anyone that she plays against. And how much fun were they having in the last few minutes of the game? Or last minute of the game?
Yeah.
They were enjoying themselves and it was
Lots
good.
of smiles on the face.
Yeah.
Fowler couldn't play for the Firebirds because she doesn't crack a smile.
She doesn't,
No.
make any movement. Anyway.
Tips for this week.
Tips.
Round 9. Here we
Round
go.
9.
Swifts v Vixens.
Vixens.
Swifties.
Well,
Vixens.
Hashtag Swifts are your new Vixens,
Hashtag
which you kind of just like threw away for 2 weeks, and now you're wanting to pull it back. Okay,
number 2, Magpies v Fever. Fever. Give me Fever.
You give me Fever.
Lightning v Firebirds. Birdies. Lightning.
Oh my gosh!
Going out on the limb. I'm going to say lightning.
How could you do that? Hashtag Purple Heart.
Yeah.
We are purple wings.
No, this is... I've got my credibility on the line here. Tipping credibility. I've got the top of the Netball, Suncorp Super Netball tipping comp on the line. Lightning are going to come back. Lightning are back. They're devastated by their loss in round 2. So they'll be back.
I hope the birdies hear this because I'm going birdies. Birdies all the way.
Giants v Thunderbirds. Oh.
Giants. Okay, found
Right, fantasy time. You go first then.
Okay.
Because apparently I always look at yours.
Okay, so in my first fantasy team from week 1.
Yes.
Yeah, same shooter.
Yeah.
Jenny,
No surprise.
Fowles.
66. She's breaking records. As she did in round 1.
Exactly. So I'm going with Fowles. Then I've gone with Steph Waters' goal attack because she's just like in, out, moving. Refeed, pop it up. W-A, the first 2 letters of this player's surname, who was the player of the match this week, Lizzie Watson.
Yeah.
Just absolutely
It's a 3
next
intercepts,
level.
isn't it?
She's an absolute champ.
Yeah.
Love that girl. Verity Charles for centre. I thought she played really well for Fever. And then wing defence, playing against Watson. Brazel. The Brazel blush. Goal defence was hard for me. But I've gone with Beck Bully.
Just steal it on mine.
And then goalkeeper. This person played like so hard that they actually got injured. Mannix. Emily Mannix.
Goal shooter. Fowles.
Fowles.
66.
Yeah.
Girls. Goal attack. Hello, we're wearing the headbands. Harten.
I know. Stop it. 2 weeks.
2 weeks
to
to
Joe.
2 weeks to Joe.
2 weeks to Joe.
Wing attack. Look, I took a week off Liz Watson despite her having such a great game, and I went with Kim Green. I'm the green machine.
Wrong week to do that.
No, green machine because she settled the ship. Centre, I also went with Verity Charles. Great game. Wing defence, because she had such a good game at centre, and this is her normal position, I put McAuliffe in there.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that.
Goal defence, still on the lightning train, Pretorius.
Yeah. Well, that's who mine was up against. Beck Bully.
Yes, yeah, it was a tough one there.
It was.
And goalkeeper, because she played so well in this position this week, April Brandley.
Oh, yeah.
5 intercepts, 5 deflections. She deserves to finish.
Yeah, good one.
On the
Hashtag
Joe.
with Harten. We've got to do it.
2 weeks to Joe.
2 weeks to Joe. Ready?
So, thanks for another good chat this week, Sam.
Good chatting with you.
Good chat.
Good chat.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Hashtag wake up netball.
Yes, do it.
Keep
Get on
it
it.
happening. Keep
Keep
it
watching.
happening, guys.
Keep
School
the
holidays.
views.
School holidays. So make sure you're still watching.
Viewing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
So that's another week of netball chat with
Sammy D.
and Zach.
See ya. You give me fever.
Yeah.
The Mostards are there.
Yeah. Did you say it right?
Yeah.
I say Monstar.
Mostards.
Okay.
Mostards.
Yeah. They don't call me what's his name with the
Bird's
snakes
nest.
in the hair?
Medusa.
Medusa for no reason.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay. Righto.
Okay. Have you seen the Jiva roll? Huh?
Yes.
The Jiva roll. It sounds like something you would eat, like
Jiva roll. Bit of sushi.
It's like a bit of sushi.
Bit of sushi.
So sad.
Despacito.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe she doesn't know Spanish.
I didn't know that song. So what was the question? It was, would you prefer Cotton Eye Joe or Despacito?
What?
In your head. Oh, that was with the Thunderbirds. So they asked them the question, what song would you prefer to get stuck in your head? Cotton Eye Joe or Despacito?
Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah, so, and that's just like work until you can't work anymore.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about how much I'm not doing that on Saturday?
No, I was thinking about a song. I was like that. Work. I like what it was work. Yeah, that's all I had in my head.
Okay.
But yeah, you could learn a lot from Jermaine.
For God's sake, not this again.
Oh, there he is, little Patster. Oh, he's so cute. Just not
What's happening with my hair? Has it fallen over? It's struggling. Oh, my band. Oh, we're on Struggle Street.
Struggle Street.
We need to get to the end.
Sawyer!
Sawyer.